Okay, a very good morning level 7A and welcome back to our online learning program. How are you doing today? Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Well, what day are we on today? That's right, today we're on Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Good. Have you all done your homework? Right, I hope you have all done your homework, and please make sure that you send your homework in to me individually, okay? Personally, so I can check your work. Thank you. All right, so for session 1 today, we're going to be looking at Speaking Tutor 1A. So as I said before, it's just recaps and review videos of grammars and all that, okay? So for today's lesson, we're going to be looking at grammar focus with yes and no questions. But before we go there, let's have a quick lesson review of what we've already done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far in our Speaking Tutor 1A? That's right. So far we've done sports, right? So there was baseball, tennis, football, cricket, swimming. There are 5 different sports, and each sport has an explanation of what it means, okay, and also how it plays as well, right? And you're also asked to write about what's your favorite sports as well. I hope you've already done that. And you were also asked to write some definitions of each sports as part of your classwork or part of your homework. I hope you already done that as well. Okay? So let me ask again, what's your favorite sport? That's right, yeah. Good. Yeah, a lot of people have different likes of sports, okay, of their own favorite. Some people like playing tennis, some people like playing football. I think mostly the boys like playing football, right? Okay, so moving on, let's go for our today's lesson. We're going to be looking at grammar focus with yes and no questions. But have a look at how is yes and no questions formed, okay? So, yes, no questions are made using the verb, okay? So, I'm, is, are, was, were, have, had, do, does, did, can, will, should, and more at the beginning of the sentence, all right? So namely, subject and verb change their position, okay? And in statements and questions, right? So am I a teacher? Is he a teacher? Was there a teacher in the classroom? Were you having a great time? Have you had your breakfast yet? Had you done your homework yet? Does he know where she lives? Okay, so all this are using with the statements, okay, position of statements with yes, no questions, all right? So mostly are verb, right, in their positions in statements and questions, okay? All right. So let's have a look at the examples of how to make yes, no questions. Statement, I am right. When using question, it's going to be turned around as, am I right? You see the different tones between statement and questions. Statement, I am right. Question, am I right? So there's a different tones there that you can use when reading the questions and statements, okay? Let's have a look at number 2. Statement, you are singing. Question, are you singing? You are singing. Are you singing? So you hear the different tone again between the statement and questions, how I read them, okay? So you need to make sure when you're reading these, you need to put the tone into correct order, okay? So the difference between statement and questions. Let's have a look at statement number 3. Statement, she, he is a firefighter. Do you remember what a firefighter is? That's right, so a firefighter is someone who's put out fire working with the fire department, yeah? So that is a statement, he, she is a firefighter. Now with the question, you can say, is she, he a firefighter? Is she, he a firefighter? So you hear there's a difference between the two, right? So the way you read it, you need to, when it comes to read the statement, it's just one long read. But when it comes to read question, you need to lower your tones, okay, at the beginning. Am I right? Are you singing? Is she, he a firefighter? Okay? That's examples of how to make yes/no questions. So that should be easy. Okay. Now let's have a look at this picture. Now make some yes/no questions about the picture below. For example, here I put, is she a cleaner? Is she a cleaner? No, she isn't. I think she is a teacher. Okay, so with all the pictures here, you can actually, distinguish, you can ask so many questions with yes/no answers, with yes/no questions as well, with using statements as well. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. We have, is the whiteboard standing? Yes, it is. Okay, let's have a look at another example, looking at the picture. Are the children laughing? Yes, they are. Okay, so these are type of question statements we're using yes/no. Okay, so you can use with many different kind of statements and questions, and most of this will be done part of your homework or your classwork as well. All right. Please make sure that you understand this very clearly, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me, okay? So that's very easy of how to make yes/no questions form, all right? So you need to state, if you're making a statement or you're making a question. So a statement would be, and again, I am a singer. Question would be, are you a singer? Okay, so these are the difference between statement and questions. Yes/no questions. Okay? All right, I don't have much for you for Speaking Tutor 1A. I'll see you in the second session. Don't go away. Goodbye. Okay, welcome back to session 2. Now for session 2 today, we're going to be looking at blueprint 2, okay? So for today's class, we're going to be looking at prepositions of location or places. But before we go there, let's do a quick lesson review on what we've already done so far. Do you remember what we've done so far in our blueprint 2? That's right, so in our blueprint 2 last week, we did grammar, focusing on there is, there are, some, and any. Do you remember each one, what it means? How do we distinguish the difference between 4 of them? Right. So when do we use there are, there is, are, some, and any? Right. So we use there is for singular countable nouns and uncountable nouns. You remember what is uncountable and countable nouns are? That's right. So something that you can count and something that can't be counted. Right. So for example, there's a tree in front of my house, or is there milk in the fridge? Right. These are all countable and uncountable nouns. And then we use there are for plural countable nouns. For example, are there any cookies in the kitchen? Or there are many kind of flowers, okay? And we use some and any. Some can be used with plural nouns or uncountable nouns, but any is usually for negatives, okay? So for example, there's some milk in the freezer, in the refrigerator. There aren't any apples in the kitchen, all right? And then we use any with, usually any is again with negative. So for example, like it says before, there aren't any milk there aren't any apples in the kitchen. Yeah. So these are some and any. So there's some milk. So some milk means some. We use it as a reference or refers to an estimation of you not know the quantity. So like for example, a bottle of milk, you wouldn't know the quantity, how much is left over. So you can just say some, okay, referring that there are still some milk in the fridge. All right. Okay, so for today's class, we're going to be looking at for today's class, we're going to be looking at preposition of location. Now, what is a preposition of location or places? Right, so a preposition of location or place is which is used to refer to a place where something or someone is located. All right, so there are only 3 prepositions of places. However, they can be used to discuss an almost endless numbers of places. at a preposition or place which is used to discuss a certain point. Now, I've already attached for you an examples of preposition of location of places. All right, let's have a look at it together. So preposition, we have next to or beside, near, in front of, behind, around, inside, outside, between something and something, on the right or left of, across something from, or opposite. All right, let's have a look at an example for each one. Next to or beside. So for example, the library is next to the cafeteria. Okay, the library is next to the cafeteria. Near, there is an information center near the dormitory. In front of, let's meet in front of the food court. Behind, do you know what's behind the football stadium? Around, there are lots of buildings around the courtyard. Inside, the academic center is inside the administration building. Outside, a beautiful garden is outside the academic building center. Between something and something, the fountain is between the admission office and the courtyard. On the right or left of, on the left of the housing office, you can find the president's office. Across from or opposite, my office is across the hall from the financial aid center. So these are the prepositions of location, explaining to you what is where. Okay, so for example, I could ask you questions. Where's your house? Okay, give me a location. Give me a preposition of location. It could be my house is near Stungmin Choi shopping mall, super mall or something. Okay, where is ABI 6? Okay, for example, where's ABI 6 school? So ABI 6 school could be in the location of it in front of or opposite. Okay, the what is that called? The garden city or something. Okay, so when the preposition shows that where exactly the things are or places are, okay, especially it's telling you about location. When it's telling you about location, all right, so the academic center is inside. Okay, so you have all these words: next to, near, in front of, behind, around, inside, outside, between, and, okay, on the left of, across from, on top, under, next to, okay, beside. Okay, so these are all the prepositions, but depending on how you use the preposition to go along with what you are trying to describe. Okay, so here you need the preposition and you need the noun, the places as well. So it's very important not just to only giving the preposition, but you also need to give the places as well. Okay, so for example, where is Stungmin Choi shopping mall? Okay, so you can say Stungmin Choi shopping mall is near Stungmin Choi Bridge, okay, or on the right of, or on the corner of. Okay, so there are many different kinds of preposition. Not only the one that I'm showing you now, but also there are a few more. Okay, so it's not very difficult. So basically, it's just for these sessions, for the both sessions, it's just mainly covering up your preparing you for your final exam that's coming soon in your way. Okay, so basically it's just class reviews. So if you have any suggestions of what you'd like me to go over, either grammar or something, please do let me know. Okay, so then I can do that for you, for all of you. It helps you to do your exam, your final exam that's coming soon, right? Okay, so thank you everyone for participating in our online learning program. Please don't forget to do your homework and your classwork and send it to me via Telegram once done, okay? Goodbye all and have a great day ahead, all right? And remember also, some of you still haven't sent me your homework from last week yet, the holidays worksheets. I've received a few, maybe 2 or 3 students, okay? Come on, out of 47 students, I only received 3 students, all right? Please don't forget to send me all your work, okay? All right, goodbye everyone. Bye bye.